One, go. Welcome, everyone. Tonight we actually have two games for you. The schedule was lying earlier. The first one being MHS Tigers versus Pleb Horse Calvary in a best-of-one series here in Division III Chair League. Your casters for tonight are myself, Nick, or Berticus, and then...
Me, Cody, Satat. We've often been called the best looking of all the casters, so you do have that going for you. And we will be on Cursed Hollow, and we have MHS Tigers versus Pleb Horse Calvary. Cursed Hollow is a really fun map, and it's really good at showcasing teams that are able to rotate quickly, coordination with getting camps, spawn times, really using the map control and abusing the spawns and rotations of teams that are not able to quite keep up with them. So we'll see if either Pleb Horse or MHS can kind of take advantage of that and get an early advantage by rolling those rotations quick enough for getting those camps spawn. And you often and very often see globals highly prioritized on this map. So such things as Falstad, the Haka, ETC, Brightwing, those are things that you see happen a lot on this map. Ragnaros is also a big pick, but I expect him to be banned pretty early because people just don't like dealing with him. Also, there's a lot of like small choke points where you fight. So after you get those globals out of the way, you tend to see some more champions that thrive in the small contained areas. Diablo, Malfurion, Nazebo, False, I already said. Just champions that can really thrive in those small contained areas that do damage in those areas. So I expect to see those come
Jaina,
out really
Kalphas.
quickly. Yeah, I expect those picks to come out really quickly, and probably to see some bans come and some other things come to prevent that from happening.
We do have one team playing an AI match to warm up real quick, so we will be waiting for them. Just need to get a couple more people here in the lobby.
Yeah, and it will be Pleb Horse did pick the map of choice, so we'll be on Cursed Hollow because of Pleb Horse, and MHS Tigers will get first pick. And I'm not sporting MHS or anything. This is EHS, so we are. Yeah, MHS is.
I'm just supporting Chair League.
Yeah, MHS is a high school, so EHS is the high school I coach at. So that's why I'm wearing this EHS hoodie.
I'm sure I could find some MHS stuff. That is also the initials of the high school I went to.
There you go. Really well. I really do like Cursed Hollow though, because it forces you to have fights on specific areas, and you have to choose and pick when you want those fights. Sometimes you'll give it up to try to get strategic advantage in lane or in pressure or levels,
or just trade it out for a boss.
Yeah, exactly. So you'll see that early tributes will play a lot into a team strategy of what they're going to do, but it can also put a team in a bad position. And we saw last night, we did a cast where a team gave up a tribute to get boss, and then the next tribute spawned that gave the other team the curse if they let it go. So they had to fight that tribute, and they were fighting a talent tier down because they chose to give up the earlier tribute. So it does play a lot, and it's a lot of, this is one of those maps where you plan it kind of like a chess match, and you have to either choose to go for curses and try to get that curse early and get those tributes, or you go for map objectives and try to give out a tribute or two and hope that you can come back later on without giving up the curse, or plan the curse so it doesn't crush you in the end.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how they prioritize going for tributes early in the game as opposed to getting camps or soaking.
Yeah, and that's always, and the globals play a big role, and you'll see that. And we have seen like a resurgent of Greymane. Greymane's really good at doing camps. We've seen a resurgence of heroes like Sonya popping up for those camps taking. So I hope to see one or two of those picks here, and maybe even some off-meta picks like a Gazlo sneaking in because of his ability to pressure. I think that would be really cool. Or a Probius pick. So hopefully we'll get some kind of off-meta picks here and see some cool stuff.
Yeah, Probius has been out for a week now, so some teams might have enough practice under their belt to try to pull him out here in the competition. That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. I like it. I like your train of thought, and We have seen people get more experience. Like really complicated heroes, normally right at the beginning they won't take off, and Probius hasn't been a hero that's really taken off in Hero League or Team League or any like scenes because he's a complicated hero. But as you find his areas that he excels at, you'll probably start seeing him pick more. And I've started to see him pop up every now and then in Hero League and Team League games.
Yeah, he's definitely a niche pick, at least at this moment. Really only excelling at at certain things. I actually haven't played him at all. I'm just waiting for him to drop down to 10K.
Yeah, I bought him the second he came out for 15 because I was really excited about him. Played him 3 games and he's fun. I've been a little like I just feel like there's other people that fill his role better right now. So we'll see. You know, if I still need to play with him a little bit more and get better at him, or if I'm just not liking him.
Kind of like Alarak?
Yeah.
Alright, it looks like 2 members are having trouble getting in here. So they're going to have to go ahead and restart the game. Hopefully that'll fix the problem. Yeah, I'm even trying to invite him and it's unable to.
The game is no longer available, it says.
Yeah, I know.
Do we have to re-host this
I
game,
don't,
maybe?
Maybe. I've tried inviting him.
Yeah. Yeah, it says game no longer. That's really weird. You can put yourself as referee. It was working yesterday when I was starting it, so.
I mean, I was referee before, but I doubt it'll. Yeah, it says no longer available.
Yeah. I want to try to re-host it, maybe.
Yeah. Do I have to kick people?
Let me see. No, just you have to close it. Close the leave game, and then come back in. That should do it. And rehost.
Yeah.
There we go.
Now I gotta do all this stuff over again.
Yeah, they're in now. All right. There we go. Looks like everybody's able to join now. We should get going.
Better.
Yeah, we are on like a back-to-back games, but Cursed Hollow, you normally don't see Cursed Hollow go longer than 20 minutes. It's a map where normally a team can secure a curse and end it. It's not a map like Tomb where you can get the objective over and over and over and nothing happens. This is a map where the curse will end the game pretty quickly for you.
Yeah. It does seem to be very snowbally, especially with having the double boss on here. If a team gets ahead with curses, they can go take a boss and then go and steal a boss as the other team is defending and push with the second one.
Yeah, for sure. You can make some stuff happen here, and you gotta be careful about trading out that throw pitting on the boss and just losing the game because of that one throw on the boss.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
My teams are readying up here, so we'll see a pretty quick draft.
All right. We are good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw us into this draft here.
Nice.
On Cursed Hollow. Perfect timing.
Yeah. I always forget to switch the scene until the band starts. I'm like, oh dang it, I gotta switch the scene over to the band screen.
I've had a lot of practice so far.
Yeah. So you would expect the teams here early on, you're probably gonna see a Ragnaros ban. Normally it's team 2 that you force to do it. That way they can't do. You don't have to ban it, and they have to ban it. It gives you a little more options.
Hovering the Sylvanas ban is a little interesting to me. Oh, there we go. Switching it up. I wouldn't have expected to see Sylvanas, especially on this map, when the curse essentially does the same thing as her trait.
Totally. And I think she is good, though, for that split push if you can lane with her. But there's so many people that can counter her. You don't need to ban her. You can just pick, a Jaina or a Nazebo to counter her split push lane, and you'll be fine. So I think Artanis is a good ban. He is a strong hero with suppression pulls, the ability to really shut down other heroes. So if you have a strat and you're scared that Artanis is going to mess up that strat, you take him out, and I think it's a fine ban. You force Pleb Horse Calvary to ban Ragnaros here, and if they don't, you're going to get him, which puts him in a really good spot.
Personally, I would actually ban Dahaka on this map instead of the Ragnaros. Ragnaros is strong, being able to Molten Core and delay the objective for a very long time.
I think if you ban Dahaka here, you risk giving them Falstad, and you're not going to have a global to counteract that.
Yep,
So
and
we'll see what they end up doing.
they do agree with me and ban the Dahaka, but then there's
Yeah.
instant Ragnaros pickup.
Yeah, and this should give Pleb Horse the ability to take Falstad, which you want the global. So Falstad is really powerful, and Falstad can lane decently against Ragnaros. It's not fun, but you can still do it. So I would expect a Falstad and probably a Malf here, a good follow-up picks to the Ragnaros, and gives you that control.
Yep. And just so everyone is aware, I was talking to the captain of the second game we're playing, and it looks like we are gonna have a forfeit. So we will most likely only have one game for you guys tonight.
All right.
Sadly.
I think there was one other game that was at 7:40. I just picked that one. We might be able to check that other one out and see if we can jump in on it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll check into that in just a second here. So I would expect the Malf. You can see Malf ETC or Malf Falstad. I think that's your best picks right now.
And there's the ETC and Brightwing. I'm surprised by that.
I am super surprised by that.
He does gives you the global, but Malfurion is just so strong right now. I don't know why you'd pass him up. I think the only reason you would ever pass up the Malfurion is to pick up a Lucio, if that's a direction that your comp wants to go.
Yeah, I think taking Brightwing this early is a mistake. And then they come back with a KT and a Lucio. Lucio, I completely agree with. I mean, you're giving up Malf, but the other team hasn't taken him. You don't have to worry about them taking him. You get Lucio. That's great. KT is still a strong pick, but that Falstad's still out there. I mean, maybe they're planning for the ban on the Falstad. And KT is a strong pick here, but the Falstad's still out there. We'll see if we see a ban.
Yep. I would like to see him ban Falstad personally.
Yeah, and I think MHS Tigers will be the one to ban Falstad because Pleb Horse Calvary, I would assume, wants to get him with their comp.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. Picking up the triple global would be huge if that ETC does choose to go stage dive. And they're not showing any DPS right now. They have the next picks. It just makes sense to pass on the Falstad ban here and hopefully pick him up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're right on par. I think that's exactly what they need to do. And I think Pleb Horse will ban. Diablo is a fine ban here. He synergizes really well with KT, Ragnaros. So, and those tight corridors are really rough, especially for ETC. If they want to go Mosh, this makes it a little safer to get. Still hard against the KT to do it, but I think it's still a safe idea to get.
Yeah, Diablo also works really well with that Lucio, helping him be able to chase people down to get his overpowers. Yeah, I think that's the right name. Overpowers and then charge. Just really being able to isolate those people.
They're having a couple different characters here. We see a Vala, we see a Butcher. I think they showed a Jaina for a second too, so we'll see what they end up banning here.
Popping over to that Illidan for a second. I'm okay with the Vala ban. She's in a really good place right now. Able to throw out a ton of damage.
Yeah, she's the best ranged auto attacker DPS in the game right now. You have Zul'jin and Raynor still open, but Vala is just so good at putting out damage, and she has a lot of other utility that makes her useful.
Yeah.
So that Vala ban I think is great. They still leave Falstad out there, which I would expect Falstad to come in here to Pleb Horse just to give him another global to handle that map rotations and get the experience lead.
Yeah, what other hero would you be looking for them to pick up aside from the Falstad?
I think a Falstad in maybe Li Ming or a Falstad in another Bruiser. I would probably assume Falstad Li Ming. Li Ming's really good on here. It gives you the other range, and then you can flex that last pick into a Bruiser or a second tank. And so those are one you can see them doing one of those things, I think.
Yep, and they go with the Anubarak first here. Just gonna be trying to go in and shut down that Kel'Thas, I would imagine. And they opt for the Jaina mage instead of the Li Ming.
Yeah. And I think, I thought they would take a Falstad Anubarak, or not a Falstad, but a Falstad and a Bruiser too. I thought that would be another option. So Anubarak's good. He's really disruptive of KT, and he's really disruptive of Lucio. So I think Anubarak's a great pickup. Jaina also, her damage is really sufficient on here and really good. And maybe they're happy with that one Brightwing Global. and not letting just the other one go away. But I like their comp. I think they got a great idea. Falstead's not needed. He would help with Exoke, but I think that comp will work really well with all that lockdown under Jaina's Blizzard.
Yeah, no, I agree. What kind of a warrior would you be looking to have picked up here by MHS Tigers?
There's not like Johanna could be useful because of the ability to get out and dodge all that ability damage that's going to be coming out with, you can do that. Murden was the other one I was thinking that they could use. So Murden does come in with the Falstead, and I expected Falstead to go. Falstead provides them with that gust to just disengage if a Nubrak dives heavy on them.
Yeah. It also gives you the option to isolate a Nubrak if he dives heavy on you. Just push the rest of his team away to be able to focus down that Nubrak and blow him up. Yeah,
and that's one thing a Nubrak's going to have to be really careful of. We've seen this several times coming out of teams. A Nubrak will dive in, the rest of the team won't be able to catch up to him, and a Nubrak will die before the team can get in there to engage. So I think a Nubrak has to use his burrow very sparingly. And if he's going to engage, it has to make sure that his team is ready to follow him up so he doesn't get turned and destroyed.
I agree completely.
Yeah. And I think Falstead can just shred it. Falstead auto attack build can shred a Nubrak, so they have to be careful of that. And we'll see if MHS Tigers can take advantage of having that Falstead with it.
And then they opt to go for another melee.
Oh man, I don't know about this. Pleb horse Calvary, that triple melee into KT Ragnaros. And Brightwing, you'll often see will have to get in melee range to really get good heals, especially if he goes blink heal.
Especially with this melee heavy team.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like this last pick out of Pleb horse.
I would have liked to see another range DPS for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe, and if you want to, maybe go Greymane. Get that ranged poke and then the melee dive if you absolutely want it.
Yeah, I think that would have been much better. Or what like a Zera tool would have been probably okay, or a Nova. I don't really condone going Nova, but a Nova pick against their comp, or even a Valera, just something to get in and poke at that back line once the Dubrak goes in. I'm scared for them. We'll see how it works out for Pleb horse.
Prepare yourself for battle.
And on blue side, we have Warsub on Lucio, B-Blob on Muradin, Death on Ragnaros, it's very fitting, Frielmeister on Falstad, and Merlin X on KT.
And over on the side of Pleb Horse Calvary, we have Jeezer on that Thrall, Tanks playing the Jaina, Cat Dog on that Brightwing, hitting trees on the ETC, and Bolster 13, rounding it out with that Anubarak.
Yeah, and since both teams have the global, this fight mid will favor MHS just a little bit because Falstead can get to lane without having to have someone there.
Yeah, that's a very good thing to note. They also have the Lucio to be able to speed to the other lane if they so choose.
Yeah, I am surprised Murden went block here. It can be okay against Thrall to go block. But I think Third Wind's just stronger on this map.
Yeah, I agree. Third Wind really gives you the ability to back out from a tribute that is an extended fight. Third Wind up, get full health, and then just re-engage.
Yeah, and we see MHS Tigers rotating really quickly the lanes. Falstead saving that fly. So they're going to able to get a minion or two soak more than Pleb is going to be able to get on this first wave.
Yep, it looks like they missed one minion bottom. So are you surprised by any of these level 1 talents, aside from that Murden picking up block?
I think everybody else... Deep Chill. But I can see why you'd want to go Deep Chill against Lucio, so I think that's okay. So I think all these talents are pretty standard to what I would expect to see. The Hyper Shift's a little awkward, just because Brightwing will be by himself so much that phase shift cooldown is not going to really apply to teleport to places. But we'll see if he's able to abuse it. And he does rotate mid, so you have two tanks and Brightwing mid against Murd and Lucio. I don't think there's ever going to be a kill happening in this mid lane.
No, there won't. We do have the KT rotating back to mid lane. So this is just going to be convection stack heaven for KT here.
Yeah.
As long as both warriors stay.
And even if Nubrak gets a burrow in, there's no damage to follow this up. So I'm not sure what they're doing. I really think that either a Nubrak or ETC needs to be in a lane, and Jaina needs to be down mid to try to get those kills, or they can run into some kind of rotation.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, nothing is gonna happen mid here. Don't. I mean, MHS Tigers might be able to push a little more since they do have the damage coming out from Kel'Thas. But we do have a Nubrak rotating up top onto this Ragnaros, but he misses his spike. And Ragnaros is able to escape easily. I mean, looks like we got rotations coming up top. We got an early trait from Ragnaros. I would have liked to see him hold that a little bit longer. But I guess he's going to try to zone them out. We do have an engage happening here. We got ETC getting very low after going in for that interrupt, and he does fall from that Ragnaros trait. And Kel'Thas channeling. Looks like he's going to be able to pick it up until, ooh, Thrall gets that interrupt.
Yeah, they are getting split pretty bad here. They got to be careful about where they're going. Pleb Horse is just splitting themselves up trying to get these interrupts, and they shouldn't pay too much for it. It's just the first tribute. Let it go. Don't get any more deaths out of this.
Yeah, I agree. I think they should have backed up as soon as ETC fell. And just split, go back to lane and soak.
Yeah, and that's that power of that Ragnaros, being able to Molten Core and just put out a lot of damage from so far away.
Yep, I agree. We do have Thrall chasing out a bit far, but they are able to catch back up and help him out there. And now we actually have Pleb Horse Calvary getting the better soak here with ETC split bottom.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I guess Falstad's just trying to save his fly. His flight should have been back up at that point to fly down bottom. So it's surprising to see him slowly meander down bot to try to start getting the soak. Because now that experience lead they had from those kills is negligible, and you can start seeing Pleb Horse closing that gap again.
Yep, I agree with you. I think they just needed a faster rotation down as soon as they secured that.
They do get a good rotation on Jaina. Brightwing does come in. Lift comes out by KT. Good stun, followed up by Meriden, and Jaina will drop. So really good noticing by Lucio, Meriden, and KT to get that kill.
Yeah, very good job. Meriden coming in from the flank there. And I think this is one of the times where you just concede the tribute with that Jaina just spawning.
Yeah, and I agree. I completely agree, and I think that. And right now, Thrall's getting chased too. He's getting pretty low. They got to get this tribute up, but maybe they can secure a kill on this Lucio or Ragnaros because they are pretty deep.
Yep, we do have ETC interrupting Kel'Thas. This is an interesting position. They were very split there, but Ragnaros getting a ton of damage out on him, and he does fall. That Jaina just putting out so much damage, and Lucio getting caught out by ETC and a Nubarak there as well. Pleb Horse is able to push him off.
Yeah, so this chase down, if you looked earlier, MHS Tigers and Ragnaros, they were chasing that Thrall all the way up in that lane. There was 3 of them chasing him down. It allowed ETC to rotate to the tribute and get an interrupt enough times that they were able to get back with Jaina and take that. So really good job by Pleb Horse Calvary to kind of just hold the point, make them, chase down and get advantage there that they should have lost that tribute. So really good job.
Yeah, and MHS or Pleb Horse Calvary is doing a very good job of, as soon as the fight is over, instantly splitting back to get that 3 lanes of soak. Actually able to take an experience lead here, even just narrowly, from MHS Tigers.
Yeah, and they're maybe taking some things to heart. We said last time about just soaking, making sure you're getting your lane soak, and they're doing a really good job at soaking lanes. They are losing bot soak now, but they've been pretty good about getting in there.
Yeah, we did have the Jaina rotate up to that mid lane to help his team out.
Yeah. And Ragnaros has finished his Sulfurous Hunger stack, so that'll be a little more damage coming out from him.
So for everyone that is unaware, we do have the tribute spawning here bottom, and this was a known fact since the first 2 tributes were both top. I believe this is the only time where it's predicted. If the first 2 are in either top or bottom, then the third is going to be in the other location.
Yeah, and that's the one thing you can count on. If tribute spawns in the same area twice, it'll be in the opposite area the next time.
We got a slide through on onto Muradin from ETC. He's getting really low, but so is that Lucio. Nubrak diving in, able to take him down with the help of that Thrall. Oh, we do have Hinterland's Blast come out. ETC's getting dangerously low, narrowly dodging that Sulfura Smash, but KT does fall from the Nubrak and Jaina chase.
And this is that over pursuit biting MHS. They keep over pursuing. They're not sticking with their tanks, and it's causing issues right there. Ragnaros and Falstad tried to chase down the ETC instead of backing up and just helping secure those kills bottom. They're gonna lose another tribute. They have to communicate as a team and stick together and stay with their tanks, because this splitting is getting them in bad positions.
Yeah, Falstad had a great Hinterland's Blast initially there, but then they just chose to chase down and try to secure that ETC kill. Which was just a mistake. They needed to use the Hinterland's Blast, force Pleb Horse to split like they did, and then just turn and turn onto that Anubarak and Jaina.
Yeah, and we do see Murden going with a Haymaker. I don't know. I mean, I get the idea behind it, but I'm unsure if with their comp they want to be knocking someone back. I feel like they want to blow up someone they have in range. And I think Murden wanted the survivability, so this could come back to get them if they don't use this Murden's ability effectively.
Yeah, generally you see Avatar picked up from Murden almost exclusively, and if he goes Haymaker, it's in a double warrior comp, and yeah, that is not the case here. I think he's going to be lacking in that survivability, and that's going to come back to haunt him.
Yeah, especially when you see Thrall will probably pick up Giant Killer at 13, and Thrall and Jane will be able to shred Murden really quickly.
Yep, so we do have a pretty quick rotate down. Murden is already at half health. Great Hinterland's Blast comes out, and both tanks on Pleb Horse gets caught in that boss route, and Thrall is able to be taken down.
Yeah, and MHS is staying together a little bit better now. And Pleb Horse there kind of chased out, and they got separated, so this puts them in a bad position.
Yeah, they also didn't have Jaina with them for any of this fight. Ragnaros was missing for MHS Tigers for a majority of it, but was able to come in at the end, giving him that extra hero advantage.
Yeah, and that was 2 spawns bottom, so we will see the next spawn back top. We'll see if they try to do a boss rotation here. This might get snuffed out by Pleb Horse. If not, they should be rotating to their boss right now. They know they haven't seen him in a while. They need to either get on their boss, or they need to rotate to the boss quickly.
Yeah, I would like to see him just get onto their boss, since ETC did use his stage dive to get top to defend that fort against the siege camp. Yeah. They do sniff it out just a little bit too late, and only having 3 members rotate down. We're not able to take the engage there on the boss.
Yeah, if you don't see anyone in lane for more than 10 seconds, boss is happening. You need to rotate there and get there ASAP.
And it is all right to trade out bosses. If you don't see them and you don't feel comfortable, like you're down in talent, you don't feel comfortable engaging on the boss, just go and take your own. We do have Anubarak getting caught out a little bit. Sulfura Smash was dropped, but they were unable to secure the kill. Ring of Frost coming down, missing everyone. But they do have Ragnaros, Molten Core. Ooh, putting out a ton of damage onto that Jaina. It looks like she's going to fall, unless Brightwing's able to keep him up.
And Falstad, in the meantime, kills Thrall top 1v1, and they're going to be able to take that tribute and start.
That was a great job by Anubarak and ETC to keep them distracted and able to save that Jaina. ETC does get Haymakered back, getting some value. Ragnaros able to finish off the kill.
And we never saw web wrap go out either, so a big mistake by Pleb Horse Calvary not getting that web wrap out. Just lock down that Ragnaros, get the web wrap out.
Oh, and they are going deep for this, but they're going to be able to pick up both of those kills, team wiping them. This is definitely going to be this keep, if not game, with the curse being up.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect the game just because of how short the spawn timers are, but I've seen crazier things happen in these cursed hollow games.
Yeah, especially with Falstad split top trying to get some value on that front keep wall.
Yeah. And
I think
does have web wrap up.
Yeah, I think they might be staying a little bit too long here though. Murden getting slid through, but he is the one that has leap to be able to get out.
They're just letting Murden beat on this. I'm surprised they haven't gone and killed Murden. They're just down here waiting for this web wrap to come out.
Yeah, we do have a noob and Thrall chasing that Lucio, unable to land that stun though, so he's able to just wall right out of there.
That was all 3 keeps in one single curse.
Yeah,
This
that,
game just, ooh.
that was huge. Now we got a 3-level lead for MHS Tigers.
Yeah, and this is going to put, I mean, this now constantly puts pressure up on Pleb Calvary. They're always going to have send someone back to base rather quickly to clear all of these lanes because it's going to be catapults in every single lane pushing now.
Yep, I think they're going to really need to... Ooh, are they going to secure their boss here? Ooh, this is a ballsy call. I know they're up by a talent, but... Sulfurous Smash whiffs. And we got the re-engage. Oh man, getting so low. That Hinterland's Blast just deals out so much damage when everyone's standing in a line. The web wrap just couldn't do anything for him. And we got the Molten Core. This should be game here.
Yeah, this should be game. That was just a brutal beating. MHS Tigers just taking it to Pleb Horse.
And we see the haymaker onto Anubarak there.
Little B step.
The BM is real.
Yeah. Wow. That's a 13-minute cursed hollow, folks.
You were worried we weren't gonna make it in time for the next game.
Yeah. So the big just amazing job by MHS Tigers to push that first curse advantage. And I think a lot of miscommunications by Pleb Horse. They had the chance in several areas to kind of rotate and get kills, and they would split up and try to get kills in different different spots instead of staying together as a team.
Yeah.
And especially on that last curse, you had Murden beating on your keep while Nubrak and Thrall chased down Lucio. And that's not going to turn out well for you. If you turn on Murden, you can web wrap him, you can knock him up, you can stun him, you could probably kill him. You save that mid keep, and maybe in the top keep if Falstead's pushing, and you're in the game still. But you lose both trying to chase down a kill. So just a little overzealous by the side of Pleb Calvary to try to get an extra kill when all they really needed to do was just secure the structures and not push out for it.
Yeah, they got a little little too focused on securing those kills. They lost track of their team, just over pursued.
Yeah, and I think another thing is that, I mean, Thrall just didn't. I mean, he did the most damage there, but he's in a point where he can't get full value because you have so much melee, and when those fights happened, the fights were so spread out and there was never a 5v5. It was always like the 4v5 or 4v4 in rotations. I think letting that Falstead, that if that Thrall was a Falstead instead, I think this game would have been a lot different for the side of Pleb Horse. They could have got that Falstead earlier on. They chose not to take it.
I completely agree. And I don't know about you, but I don't think I saw a Sunder used all game.
At the very end, I saw there's a Sunder used at the very, very end to try to kill KT.
I'm watching it on stream right now.
Yeah. So that did happen. Not like a Nubrak's web wrap needs to be. I saw a web wrap used once. It needs to be used as a way to lock down someone so you can kill somebody else on the team.
And it needs to be used early in a fight, just even as an engage. Shoot a web wrap out, dive in on the team. It instantly becomes a 4v5, and most of the time, if you lead off with a web wrap, they're not focusing down the web wrap victim, so it's gonna be a 4v5.
Yeah, and that should have been happening, and it wasn't. So I don't even know if they got Pleb Calvary got their abilities second. And I think their ultimate second, if they were able to use those or see that, they could have gone Mosh and probably been okay without the gust from Falstead and just try to put a little more pressure on with the Mosh.
Yeah, I mean, the only interrupts that I guess they had Murden stun, Kalthas lift, Falstead, no gust, potential gust. And then Ragnaros, Sulfurous Smash. So there
Yeah,
there
and
are a couple interrupts there. The main one being Kalthas lift.
Yeah, and I think if you go Mosh, you force them to save that, or you force them to respond. So if you slide in, you might get a double layer of stuns or lifts or Sulfurous Smash. And you might absorb some of those ults that were taking out the backline.
Yeah, no, I agree. One Mosh can turn a game, as we've experienced and seen many times. And I'm not sure that they got much value from that stage dive either. I mean, they were doing a very good job of splitting in the beginning, but they kind of fell off a little bit towards the end of the game there. And I think the real downfall was when they had that 4v4 fight bottom and Falstead was able to solo someone top. I can't even remember what hero was up there. Was it
Thrall.
Thrall?
It was, yeah. So Falstead and Thrall were going at it top, and that's a matchup that Thrall should win. And the secret to Thrall winning that matchup is you just keep poking Falstead. You chain lightning him and wait. Chain lightning him and wait. Chain lightning him and wait. And you just poke him down. If he dies in on you, that's when you engage on him. Once you see him use that, you go in on him and go hard and try to kill him. But the chain lightning can keep you alive and keep him off of that point because your chain lightning will cool down faster than his ability to click on the tribute.
Yep.
So.
But all around, good games by both teams. I'm glad to see you guys in Chair League. It's a really fun place to be.
Pick an MVP. We got to pick an MVP.
Oh yeah, sorry. Who do you choose to be MVP, Cody?
I think on this one I mean, B Blob always taking the haymaker and always proving us wrong that he should have taken, that we think he should take Avatar. So I'm gonna give it to B Blob for just the knowledge to just try to stay on that keep when the rest of the team rotates and get value out of haymaker again.
I'm actually going to disagree with you and go ahead and give it over to Falstead. I don't have that game up anymore. Frielmeister. I'm going to go ahead and give you the MVP. Just that Hinterland's Blast value was ridiculous. And that soloing a Thrall to get that tribute and curse secured the victory. At least in my mind.
Yeah. Good job. Really good job by both teams here to get things going and put up pressure. I like that I can see my wife popping through in the back there. So yeah, good job by both teams putting up the game. A really good game, even though it was quick. We saw some early action from this, and hopefully, Pleb Horse Calvary can come back and get some practice and do a little bit of. Oh, I'm not Marvin. You have Marvin on me. POV Marvin. Just throwing it out there.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So,
I'm paying attention, guys.
No
Here
worries.
we go.
Yeah, so
now it's
really
Cody.
Good game by both. Really good game by both teams, and it was fun to watch. And Pleb Horse Calvary just hopefully learns from their mistakes a little bit about the rotations and how to kind of focus on the right target, and they should be better next time.
Yep. So thank you guys for joining us and watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, feel free to give us a follow, and you can go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. The link to that can be found below. All VODs will be posted to YouTube following the games whenever we get a chance. So feel free to check them out there. And thank you guys for joining. We're going to go ahead and see if we're able to get the next game, or if it is in fact going to be a forfeit. If not, I'm sure me and Cody will be happy to play some Team League for you. Is that a true statement?
Yeah, very much agree.
Okay.
We'll look and see what we can do.
All right, so thank you guys for joining.